G'day ladies and gents. Today a bit of a product description and instructional video about our movement holder for SEIKO calibers. This here is what I would probably say is one of the most overlooked items or tools anyways in the shop, but is also in my opinion one of the more important or more invaluable items in your toolbox. So it's also the item that I'm probably getting the most questions about these days, so a few people had asked me to make a video on this just to show how this works. What it is basically is this is a movement holder. It's made out of Italian Parmax plastic. It's a polymer, and it is this is a machine product, not from a mold. It's and the interior is milled out to fit your SEIKO calibers. Okay, so it's going to fit any of your modern SEIKO calibers. It's not going to be suitable for your vintage SEIKO calibers. So you're going to be looking at the ones that use your plastic spacers, your Delrin spacers, the black spacers that are in the SEIKO models, or the gray spacers that generally come with SEIKO Instruments versions of the calibers. You know, your modern calibers that are based on the 7S26 family, including, you know, the 7S26, the 7S36, the 7S25, 6R15, 4R35 and 36, the NH25 and 26, the NH36, the NH35, the NE15, and any of the others that that I may have missed that are in that same family. Now, the purpose of this is to hold your movement steady while you're working on it, whether you're working on the top or the bottom. This one it's been milled out so that it's going to fit your deeper movement spacers that are found generally in some of the SEIKO models, including the SKX, and it's also going to fit the slightly less deep spacer that is found in many of the SEIKO 5 models and basic models, as well as around most of the SEIKO Instruments caliber versions. Alright, so the way this works is very simple. It's going to help you to avoid damage to your movement. It's going to help you to keep everything completely flat on the level, steady and free of wobbling or tipping over, moving around while you're installing your dial, while you're installing your hands, or while you're working on the top of the movement if you've got it turned around the other way. So the easy installation here. This is sort of a basic item. It's so basic that most people, they're asking me how to use it, but once they see, they're going to feel a little silly. All it is, you just take your movement, you just drop it on the top there, and then you just give it a tiny little push. Alright, give a push around the edges of the spacer, and do not give a bunch of pressure on the center of your movement. Do not apply a bunch of pressure to your calendar. All you're going to do, you're just going to put pressure on the spacer. Alright, and then once you've got that down, you're going to take your dial. This is a factory second dial, so if you see me handling it a tiny bit rougher than usual, then please don't be offended. Just using a factory second for the video, just because it's a little bit more difficult to handle this stuff in front of the camera here. Alright, so this one, this dial here is for 4 o'clock crown position. So we're just going to stick our dial on. I noticed that the date is off, so yeah. We're just going to allow this to turn over on its own. There we go. Alright. So now you can see the dial is on there. Now you're ready to install your hands. Your movement is not going to go anywhere. All right. Once you got here, it is down there. It's nice and snug. It is not going to fall out. It's not going to wobble while you're using it. All right, there you go. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could really mention, and that seems to be about it for now. So there you go. Take it easy, and see you next time. Thanks.